it's Hooded Kobold, and welcome back to part 6 of our GM's Guide to the Ghosts of Saltmarsh. In this one, we're going to be focusing on the micro-adventure, The Salvage Operation. This adventure was originally published in the Dungeon magazine in 2005 and was written by Mike Merles. This is the smallest and most secluded of all the adventures, as it has no serious tie-ins, and it's actually just pretty much a simple fetch quest. The adventure starts out with a merchant prince named Arrg, who reaches out to the players, asking them to help him recover some treasure from his lost ship. The ship, the Emperor of Waves, was holding thousands of gold pieces worth of promissory notes when it went missing, but recently it has turned up. The merchant prince was doing very well for himself a long time ago, but he saw an opportunity to rise even further. So what he decided to do was he decided to buy promissory notes for an area that was vastly growing. The only problem was he would have to sell a lot of his current assets to be able to afford these promissory notes. So he did it. Bad news for him, though, is that the ship never made it back to port. Stuck with his bad luck, he just went back to his normal prince days, but unfortunately was not as wealthy as he wanted. So what happened to the ship? Well, it went astray and crashed onto a somewhat deserted island. By deserted, I mean it was inhabited by cultists. These cultists, followers of Loth, quickly dispatched the crew members on the ship and took it as their own. As the cult grew, though, divisions started. An evil orc druid named Krell decided to take the ship as his own and sailed away. And this is where our adventure begins. 15 days ago, the merchant prince Arrg was notified that his lost ship had been seen, derelict, floating in the sea. The hook in the book is that Arrg has reached out to another vessel already, called the Soul of Winter, and has asked that this Captain Wulgar Windruin, sail a squad of people up to the ship, and from there they will take a rowboat to collect his lost promissory notes. The book does provide another hook, which I find is a better one, where it actually has Anders Solmore reaching out to the players, because the Scholar Brotherhood has told him that that's a family ship of his. It's a Solmore family ship that has been found, and that he should go recover it. But nefariously, what it turns out is that the ship is actually part of the Scholar Brotherhood, and if they would collect that, they could now have a lot of money on their hands to use to, take over the town, hire more people, etc. So when the players finally make it to the ship, it is just a derelict ship floating out in the sea. It seems pretty ominous, yet non-threatening at the same time. Once they get aboard, though, they find everything is covered in webs, and as they transcend lower into the ship, they meet lots of monsters and eventually run into Krell. The twist in the adventure is that once they finally get to the bottom and are able to locate the chest, an elder octopus attacks the ship. And here's where the real fun of the adventure starts. The book provides a 20-turn ticking time bomb where the ship is now going to be battered until it finally capsizes. It shows all these turns and how the octopus and the environment changes and how the players will have to adapt to it. So this adventure is a pretty thin one. There's not a whole lot. It's a smash and grab with a ticking time bomb on it. So it can be fun by itself, but there are definitely things we can do to kind of spice it up. So what I recommend doing is bringing in the NPCs from the town. So when they go to taverns, have them hear rumors about this fabled ship, the Emperor of the Waves. This is a great opportunity to bring in any of the learned people in the town. There's Eleander Fireborn with his library, or the town mage, Kelodek the Unspoken. Either of these can be used to do a quest for them, or they will allow now the characters to access their knowledge. So Eleander has his library, and Kelodek just knows lots of things because of his little spy. To really spice things up between the Scholar Brotherhood and the adventurers, have the rumors kind of guide the characters to Kelodek the Unspoken. And then from there, he's going to ask them to go to the Tower of Xenopus. He wants them to delve into it and collect a magic item for him. Upon bringing that back to him, then he can divulge the information that this is actually a Scarlet Brotherhood ship, and Anders is being manipulated, kind of opening the can of worms on the whole Scarlet Brotherhood operation. But leaving this adventure as a fun little smash and grab with a ticking time bomb on top, or adding it as a piece to our grand arc of the Scarlet Brotherhood, this is a pretty fun adventure. Well, until next time guys, have a good one. Bye bye.